Welcome! Have you ever looked at healthcare and just wondered, why is it so hard to make things better? Well, if you have, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to build a practical roadmap for making real, lasting improvements. Okay, so let's start with something that can feel a little frustrating. We're going to call it the change paradox. And it's this weird situation where everybody wants things to improve, everyone agrees on the goal, but somehow things stay the same. And look, this isn't just a feeling. Get this, the data shows that nearly two-thirds, 66%, of all change projects in healthcare just fail. That is a huge number. So what is going on? Why is making things better, safer, and more efficient so incredibly difficult? And that number isn't just an abstract statistic, right? It plays out in the real world. Imagine this exact scenario. A hospital has a spike in patient falls. Leadership tries to fix it not once, but twice. And nothing. The new protocols get dropped, and staff just go back to the old way of doing things because, it's faster. That right there is the change paradox in action. So, to figure out how to solve this, we kind of have to look back. Early thinkers, they knew change was tough, and they started trying to create maps, these foundational theories to help guide people through it. And you can really see how the thinking on this has evolved. I mean, it started way back in the 40s with Kurt Lewin's super simple idea: unfreeze the old habit, move to the new one, and refreeze it in place. From there, guys like Lippitt, Rogers, and Cotter just kept adding layers, focusing on everything from the role of a change agent to the psychology of how new ideas actually spread through a group. A map is a fantastic start, right? But it's pretty much useless if you don't understand the people who are on this journey with you. Because here's the absolute key. Not everyone jumps on board with a new idea at the same time. And this is where Everett Rogers' work is just so brilliant. He showed that pretty much any team you've got is made up of these different groups. You've got your innovators who are excited about anything new, all the way to your laggards who are, well, they're pretty skeptical. So here's the big takeaway. You don't have to convince everybody all at once. That's a waste of energy. The smart move is to focus on your innovators and, this is the most important part, your early adopters. These are the respected people on the team. They're the leaders without the official title. If you get them on board, the majority will follow. They are the absolute key. Okay, so we've got the theory, and we've got the people. How do modern systems actually bring all of this together? Well, the answer is they approach it like a science. It's literally called improvement science. And its whole purpose is to beat that 66% failure rate we talked about. So instead of launching these huge, risky, all-or-nothing projects, the focus is on learning through tiny, rapid experiments. And the engine that drives all of this is something called the Plan, Do, Study, Act cycle, or PDSA for short. And this slide just shows the difference so clearly. On one hand, you have the big bang launch. You spend months in meetings designing the perfect process, you print 1,000 forms, hold a big kickoff, and then it fails spectacularly because you miss something. On the other hand, you've got the PDSA approach. You test the new process with one patient. You immediately learn a key piece of info is missing. So you plan a fix, do another tiny test, study what happened, and act on what you learned. You learn from small, safe failures and only scale up what you know works. It's just smarter. All right, so let's put it all together. Let's see how the theory, the focus on people, and the science all combine to give us a clear, step-by-step roadmap that you can actually use. The Institute for Healthcare Improvement, or IHI, they are basically the world leaders in this stuff. And they've boiled down all these principles into a fantastic 5-stage roadmap that any team can use to guide their improvement work. Step 1, you have to set a crystal clear aim. It's not enough to say, we want to reduce falls. You have to get specific. A really powerful aim statement answers the question, we want to reduce what, by how much, by when, and for whom. You simply can't improve what you haven't clearly defined. Next up, you develop your strategy. This is where you get your team together. And yeah, you make sure to include those key early adopters we talked about. You figure out exactly how you're going to track your progress with real-time data. This whole thing becomes your tactical plan of attack. And now we get to the real engine room, the pilot phase. You have to really dig in and understand how things work right now. Then you pick one change to test using a PDSA cycle. And the key, the absolute key, is to test it on a super small scale. Maybe with just one patient, or on one shift. This is where you learn safely. You see what happens, and you tweak it before you try again. Okay, only after you have proven that your idea actually works on a small scale do you move to this step. This is where you make it the new standard practice. You make sure the whole team adopts it, and you literally embed it into training, into checklists, into job descriptions. This is the step that keeps people from sliding back into the old habits when things get busy. And finally, you don't just keep that success to yourself. You spread it. You create a communication plan. You package up the new process, the training stuff, the data, everything you learned. So it's super easy for other teams or even other hospitals to pick it up and get the same great results. So you see, real lasting change isn't about some grand gesture or a massive, risky launch. It's a science. It's a process of taking small, smart, iterative steps. It's about learning your way to a better system. So now you have the roadmap. The only question left is, what small change will you test first?